Okay, today I am reviewing the book Empower by Spencer and Giuliani. This again is for educators looking to do something more innovative in their classrooms. I think this could be the go-to book that I would recommend to my colleagues because it isn't laborious reading. It isn't some 300, 400 page tome on educational philosophy. It is really condensed to almost a picture book. It is so much fun to read, especially during the summer when our brains may just be on recharge mode. It's very easy to digest. Golden nuggets all throughout. The composition of the book is really unique in that it has just a page, 2 or 3 of content at a time, and is broken up by graphs and pictures and full pages with just a solitary quote on them. So while it looks thick, it took me 3 short sittings to get through it, and I loved every minute of it. But it isn't highly philosophical, but it does give some practical solutions. What I also love about it is it's not just for STEM teachers, it's for everybody. It really shows how these ideas could be revamped for any classroom, and I would say any grade level. Of course, teaching seniors, that's the perspective I bring into it, so I know that my seniors are self-driven enough that they could handle these kind of things, but I do want to say that it is not, contrary to popular guess, it is not a Montessori type idea. It is not just students come in and do whatever they want to do. It is very guided. We've all heard that we need to be moving away from the sage on the stage to the guide on the side, but this really has a different approach that doesn't demean our value in the classroom. It just changes what we're doing in the classroom, how we become coaches, facilitators, mentors, and what the students are capable of doing. But it does not drive out all lecture and good content instruction. I just think it's really helpful in wrapping our minds around what students need from us to develop the skills essential for any career path they choose to take. So when I think of the students moving away from, they sit in class all day, they get lectured to, they take notes, they regurgitate what they memorized for a test. Instead, they become learners, as many of us educators are. We are educators because we loved school, we were good in school, regardless of ACT scores, which mine were very average. I loved being a student. I knew how to be the compliant, book smart student who could just get in there and get it done. But I have developed far more skills as a teacher than I ever did as a student. Really, truly learning how to research, how to write, how to read well. Most of that came early in my career, and I continue to develop to this day. So what if our goal for our students was, instead of packing them necessarily full of content knowledge, which of course there has to be some of that, but moving them toward the skills needed to become learners themselves. Yes, the research, the writing, the close reading, but also making and doing and innovating, and that's where the good stuff is. So this talks about really how to get there, how to tap into student passions to create that intrinsic motivation rather than the extrinsic, I need this grade and this GPA in order to get into this college. Now, I am not quite optimistic enough to think that what we do at this level can change the entire system. It sort of starts from the top down, but we are seeing trends for more corporate executives to look for creative, innovating types than just a degree. And then, the colleges sort of dictate a certain amount of this, but they too are moving into more collaboration and innovation and creative design thinking rather than the typical model that we all grew up with. So if I were to pick one book of the ones that I've read so far that embraces the ideas that the Positive Deviant Committee that I'm on is toying with, this would probably be my favorite thus far, just because it makes it really simple. It brings it down to layman's terms. It makes it applicable to any content area. And it's really a fun read because it's highly visual, and that I really enjoy. So I hope you'll give this one a shot. There's some good stuff in there, and I'd love to engage in any conversations about it. Thanks.